Oh, well, I bought these two Lima locos off eBay, heavily weathered, as disused in storage, and the motors they're still there but disconnected from the wheels, so they're nice and easily pulled around. So I've cleaned the wheels up, but I was trying to figure out how to couple them up without doing too much work. So on another project that I'm doing, I had a play, and what I've managed to do is fit a step down bachmann coupling to the bogie, and hopefully if you can see that it's actually the right height. So what I've got some of these slightly longer than the other one, and these are the original plows, and what I'm going to try to do is cut the middle section out so that when it's attached that will fit under there, and that will slot in so it won't look too out of place and it hides it a bit. So I thought I'll have a go and we'll see how it comes out, and yeah, let's see if we can have some fun. Right, let's start by taking the bodies off. So that's one. I'll put that there. As you can see, all the wires are taken out. It sounds a bit awful, but you've got that there. These little clips here that clip inside there into the glass. So it looks like you're breaking the chassis, but they do suddenly pop out. So we've got those as basic. And then what we've got to try to do, get these out. So that's that one. And that one. We'll do these ones first. So looking at the one that I've already done, it should, I'll get the first coupling, it will fit like that. But as you can see, it needs trimming down. So we'll trim it down a bit, just cut the end off. Just cut the little prongs off, and then hopefully that will fit on there like that. And then that is the right height for all the rolling stock, and put them together. So I've got bits of plastic card here that I shall trim, put either side of it. So once it's on, I'll glue it on, and then I shall put a bit either side and then a bit over the top, and then once it's all dry we'll paint it black so it disappears. So we'll get trusty glue while that's dripping down. Cut some plastic card bits. They don't have to be precise, because then they'll go either side of it. And then with this piece, all we need is a little bit to go over the top. So we'll cut that down the middle, across, and then that will do both of those. Right, that's those two bits done. So hopefully the glue is where I need it to be. There we are, just put Don't want to get it too close to this. We don't want that to glue. We just want the coupling. I think I might need to get some more of this. So we get tweezers. Just check the width, make sure which way it goes. So flat. Let's get the next bit. And then we just put the coupling there. Looks a bit of a hash, but it all sort of comes together. Just remember, it doesn't have to be perfect, as long as you can get it dead center and then hold it down. Quick alignment. Just push it in so the base is against the bottom. And then once that's done, put a bit over the top. And that's where these bits come in. Just put that over the top. And just remember, once it's painted black, you won't even notice it. Always do a little bit of a adjustment while the glue's drying. And then that is it. So I'll carry on with the others, and then I'll show you the results. And basically, simple. Anyone can do it. Just a bit of patience. And what I did while I was aligning the second one up, I just connected them up so you got the couplings roughly the right height, so that when you do the next two, you can then do the same with both of these once they're dry, and then you know that all your couplings are level, and then you're all ready for your barrier wagons or anything else you want to add to it, if you want to add some more locos. But for the way the old Lima locos are, if you've got them and they don't run, you can practice your weathering on them and then use them as being moved to either scrap or storage. But that's the way I put the Bachmann D-lock couplings to them. Saves having them great big D-locks that they come normally with Lima, and I think it makes it look a lot better and couples to most of the newer stuff nice and easily, especially with the new locos coming out. Look nice with a actual scale 37 pulling them. But I'll finish these off and then we'll have a look at the snowplows. Right, now to the snowplows, and the best way to work this out is line it up where it would go, so the two back pins go in, and then you can see where it needs to be cut. Now I use one of these, my small saws, and I just literally just scour it, so I'll just put a little mark in there, and then hopefully you'll see where that is. I've got one there. Now I cut down so I'm level with the bottom here on both sides. then once I'm in there, I'll just get the scalpel and I just literally go from one end to the other till I'm level, swap sides, and you can see that it is just about bringing a nice little lip. Just got to level that off. It's got a nice little lip in there that will fit right on the coupling, so it doesn't get in the way of it. And then just stick a file in there. So it's not too bad at all. And then what we can do is offer it up, put it in the holes, and there we go. Fits in there and doesn't get in the way. But I've opened the holes out in here because they were covered in glue, so I've put a small drill bit in a hand drill and just literally just turned it so that all the glue was out. And these as well, these little lugs here, these are always got glue around them, so if you can very carefully just sort of pick the glue off, just sort of take the end off of it so that you've got something there to put, because it all depends on how they've been fitted. I mean, they might have been glued on years ago. It just sort of helps it a bit easier. So once that's off, that should fit in there, and that is it. And what we do is we just put it down and make sure, if I bring the camera right down, that the clearance, it misses the floor, and so you've got at least 2mm gap between the bottom of the plough and the rest, and then that's it, and you can't go wrong with it then. So I shall carry on with that. A bit of super glue holds it into place, and then we'll go from there. So put it all together. Well, that's those all fitted in there quite nicely. And this one, I didn't put one on because I have one of these, which is Illuminated Models rear red flashing light. So I think fit one of these to the back of one of the locos. That would make it very interesting. So we'll at some point we will put all the pickups back in one of them, and hopefully we can get this fitted and fit it on the back of one, which I think would look really nice. So what we're going to do now is, got some matte black, and I'm just going to paint over the white so it blends in. I could do it all together, but it actually makes it a bit easier to paint it while it's out. Doesn't matter if you get much on the chassis or anything, but just go over the white so you can't notice it. When this dries, this will be matte, so there'll be no glossiness on it. So if you want to touch it up with a bit of weathering, I'll adhere to it quite easily. make sure you can't see any white. I'll put plenty on because this plastic card is very easy to shine through, so you put plenty of paint on and that will hide it quite nicely. I know several people have already done different couplings on different locos, but I haven't seen one do this with these couplings. And plus, I don't really like the idea of bolting them on, because I ain't got no bolt small enough. Right, so that's those done. We'll let that dry and then we'll attach everything together. Right, the paint is near enough dry, so we'll start to put these back together. So that's that one. Because these have got the little pins, just connect that in there, so then that holds that. Do the next one. Right, put the bodies back on. I haven't painted the cab interiors because the windows are quite misted up, so it don't look too bad. Alright, so that is those done with couplings, and don't look too bad at all. So next thing is we'll put them on the layout and see what they look like. Well, that's both 60s on the layout, and the coupling is really good. It's nice and level, and it looks like a normal coupling like all the others. So if I get a 66 and I'll put it on the end, and what we'll do is we will reverse it back, you can see the coupling on that one, and it looks the same size, same height. It doesn't look too bulky, and it just does it perfectly, and the coupling distance isn't too far either, so I would say that's a win. So we'll get her moving around. Time for a run by. Two 60s on the way to the scrapyard or to be reconditioned, however you'd like to use them. Next job, rear flashing light. Oh right, for the rear flashing tail light I was going to do for the pulled class 60s, I've picked up some 3D printed rear tail lights from Rusty Rails. See, I've already taken one out and they're really quite nice. So also I actually changed the rear flashing light I've got to one with a stay alive, just to see if it's easier to fit. With the stay alive would make it last over dirty track, and as the wheels on the Limas get dirty pretty easily, I thought this would be the better choice. So what I've done is I have started, I don't know if you can just about see that, but I've got one on the end there and I've drilled the hole out so it's ready, and I've painted all the bits red. Give that a good 24 hours or so to dry, and then I shall paint it white. And then once that's all done, I shall use the glue and glaze from Dulux Materials to do the lenses, and I shall put the LED in the back, drill a hole in the front of the cab where the bracket would be, and we'll stick it on and hopefully get it working. So once this is all painted up, we'll go through the installation. This is the Lima Class 60 that's being towed, and I've fitted the tail lamp to it and fed the wires through the body, connected to the Illuminated models unit with Stay Alive, and added pickups to the loco, and that is all done. It's all very nicely fitted in there. Those are, there's plenty in them, so there's plenty of wagons to do, and they're really nice as well, nicely detailed from Rusty Rails. And the Illuminated models unit is an AL-31. Please like and subscribe, and hope you enjoy the video. And that's the light working.